Thank you for taking a few minutes to learn about the Glaze and Roast nut roasting pan, nut glazes, and accessories. This product demonstration is fun and has the right elements to attract the consumer's attention and help them make the decision to buy. The demo is easy, and you will have curious customers stopping to sample the glazed nuts because of the great aroma during the roasting process. Crowds will gather to watch your short glazing process demo and to sample the flavorful finished product. Once you feel comfortable with the pan and have a little practice, the demo will only take a few moments to convince consumers to buy. This video is to help you understand the finished products and how consumers are familiar with glazed nuts. It also lists the demo supplies needed, assembly demonstration instructions with products featured, and quick cleanup tips. Remember to smile and be happy and inviting while you are talking about the nut roaster. Consumers are familiar with glazed nuts, and they line up to buy them at sporting events, fairs, destination retailers, confectioners, and even pre-packaged ones at the grocery stores. They pay about $7 per cup of glazed nuts. The Glaze and Roast can deliver a consistently great finished glazed nut product for only about $8 to $9 per pound, depending on the type of nuts you use. This is a big savings to point out and mention during the demo. Glazed nuts are usually consumed as snacks, as accents on salads and fancy toppings for baked goods. They have great flavor and are a good protein source. The Glaze and Roast process works on all types of nuts, plain or salted. This is where the preference debate will start. I use unsalted almonds for demonstrations because they are the least expensive and most widely liked by consumers. Besides almonds, also consider using cashews, peanuts, pecans, walnuts, or other varieties of nuts. Glaze and Roast nut roasting pan. Nuts. Plan on 1 pound per hour for moderate-sized crowds. Premium nut glazes. Display all three: toffee, cinnamon, and sweet heat. Hot plate. Electric element, gas, or induction top. The pan is anodized aluminum, so an induction top will require a steel plate to activate the safety feature. Health department safety gear, gloves, and hairnet as required. Cookie sheet for cooling. Spatula. 1 ounce serving cups. Roll of paper towels. Couple of bottles of water for quick cleanups. Take a minute and read the instructions included in each nut roaster. It contains the guidelines for assembly, cleaning, operating precautions, and has a few recipes for nuts that do not require the glaze. The Glaze and Roast is simple to assemble or disassemble for cleaning and storage. There are only 4 parts. Simply screw the wooden pan handle onto the pan. The crank assembly has a square end that fits snugly into the stirring mechanism. Then insert the shaft into the center post. The specially designed shaft will stay securely in place, but can be removed by simply pulling up on the handle. Give the pan a quick hand wash prior to the first use, and you are ready to demonstrate. The instructions for the Glaze and Roast recommend processing in batch sizes of 2 cups, and the maximum capacity of the pan is 3 cups. The Glazes recommend using 1/2 cup of glaze for 2 cups of nuts. For the demonstration, I do not recommend making batches this large unless you have a big crowd. The large batches take about 12 to 15 minutes to process, but small batches process much faster. I recommend demonstrating in small batches. 1/2 to 3/4 cup of nuts at a time, and splash the nut glaze on so it flavors the nuts, but does not cause excess in the pan. A couple of tablespoons at most. Cook on medium heat. High heat might cause the sugar to burn and cause an unpleasant smell. Remember, the sweet aroma will attract customers to you. While you are glazing the small batch of nuts, you should have some already available in portion cups to sample and another batch cooling so consumers can see the whole process in a few moments. You do not have to constantly turn the handle during the demo. It is important to talk about the nut glazes and how the cane sugar will crystallize to form the glaze, and it is not a high fructose corn syrup. We offer 3 flavors that will deliver the same results every time and take the guesswork out of the process, but encourage the customers to be adventurous and experiment to find their own favorite recipes. The toffee glaze has the right balance of buttery smoothness and sweetness. Sweet heat glaze has subtle levels of heat that will tingle the tongue, but is not a hot or unpleasant heat level. There typically is a settled level of spice on the top of the glaze, but remember, the heat is infused in the glaze. Give the bottle a little shake before use. Cinnamon glaze will remind everyone of the holidays with its great aroma. There is a spicy maple bacon glaze recipe in the instruction manual that is flavorful and loved. Recipes for nut brittles and seasoned nuts are easily located on the internet. Encourage people to experiment with flavors because the options are endless. When the glaze has crystallized and the nuts are ready, pour them onto a cookie sheet and use a spatula to separate them for cooling. Warm nuts will be soft, but as they cool, they will firm up and become a crunchy treat. After demonstrating 4 to 6 batches, the pan will be covered in glaze. Add some water to the empty pan and let it dissolve the sugar from the stirring mechanism and sides of the pan. The sugar will dissolve and can be wiped clean after a few minutes of soaking. I like to leave the pan on the cooktop while it is soaking, because the warm water will increase the speed of the process and continue to create the aroma. Paper towel the pan clean and start the process over again. Remember to keep your demo area clean so the customer can focus on the product and glazes you are selling. Thank you for watching and best wishes for your success, and remember to smile.